So, come on in. Take a sip. Let's wind down. And today we're doing it with a 2023 Crossword. And I have to tell you, this is the Réserve du Président, and it is absolutely remarkable. This is one of those wines. It's a dry red, but it just has the smell of a sweet, sweet red. Like, it's so heavy in the vanilla and the cassis. We got some black stone fruit too, kind of like that ice plum, that German ice plum going on. But that's the nose, because the palate, that's just everything I love. It is dry, remarkably clean, and it's not a very deep, intense red. I can actually read the time on my watch with it, so it just kind of rolls right through there. I don't know if you can see that, but if you can actually read the time. So it is full-bodied tasting, but it's almost got the transparency of a claret. Oh, I'm going to finish that whole bottle tonight. Anyway, so Shotzi and I have a grid to jump into here, and it looks like today we have a Joe Dini grid. Of course, edited by Joel Faliano, has become the mainstay. And until you get better, Mr. Shorts, l'chaim. So, any excuse to drink more wine. So why don't we hop into our grid and see what we got in store for us today. It's a Thursday, which is always the day of excitement. Will we have rebuses galore? Will be something left out, very bizarre? Will one clue answer combination pick itself up in another place? You just don't know. It's always a crapshoot. So, I'll be honest with you, I don't recognize Joe Dini's name. No, so I'm not saying that he hasn't constructed before, but just don't, it's not off the top of my head. So, I don't really know what to expect here. So, let's just see what we got. Let's hop in our grid. Cheers. Okay, well, first of all, we got some funky shaped grid. It's not your eyes, Shotzi. It's, we've got, wow, kind of some bizarre stuff going on there. Okay, well, that's going to make it interesting right there, just to say enough. I mean, let's just go ahead and call this whole thing off, and we'll just go ahead and say we did it, and we'll say it was the most clever thing we've ever come across in our entire lives. That'll make up for that ocean-like desert-scape, if you will, because that's what the ocean is. It's just water all around, but you can't have a drink of it, right? That's kind of what Monday and Tuesday were this week. I mean, the kind of grids that just made me go, alas. So, domains. I don't know. Let's just take a shot over the bow ourselves, and we'll just call it areas and see how we did. The Museum of Bad Art. I've heard of this place. I have not been there. Would be dying to see it. Of course, I would just die if some of my artwork were in it. Aptly named novelist Charles. I think we're probably talking about Charles Reed. And so, vintage car initials. That's the REO. And now, I know that's the Olds guy. I don't remember if it was Robert Earl Olds or whatever his name was, but I know that he was the guy that his car eventually got gobbled up into General Motors. I should probably know more about him, kind of being a car nut. And I would not mind having the REO Flyer, like maybe a 1926, really cool car. Tried getting on a Jumbotron, say. Well, I would imagine, as the British would say, snogging your gal. But no, snogging is kind of a gross way to refer to making out. But then again, it's also kind of fun. So, snog. Just snog away. Swallows one's pride. Perhaps they're eating crow. And still don't know what this tried to getting on a Jumbotron is. Let's see. Arranged temporarily. Could be certainly to the ad hoc. To the Latin for the very same meaning. Ad hoc. Come together. Try getting outside. Two piece. Okay. Spacecraft name since the 1960s with an SO. It must be the Russian Soyuz. Inverse trig function. Ooh, we got lucky there. You know how many inverse trig functions there are that begin with an arc? And we just got so lucky to find out that the C was there for us, so we know it's a cosine. Would have sucked without it. Oh, that would have just stayed blank for the longest anyway. Brink, how about the cusp? So this looks like to the, I'm assuming, camera, but that doesn't make any sense. But then again, it is a Thursday, so. And is this piece going to be CU? CU, when my cousin, my East German cousin Annette says CU, she's being a German with her best English. I think we would say see ya for peace. So, no, see you, I think. What do we got here? Enjoyed some cozy reading. Okay. All right. The Raptors on scoreboards. I think these is Toronto. Hershey candy wrapped in gold foil. I guess this is a Rolo. Okay, so we've got some pretty lazy fill here. We've got Rolos and we've got Tor, which is also the German word for like a gate, you know. So I don't know why we couldn't just go with that, you know. A gate to Heinrich or something like this, you know. Slightly a tad, so more inelegant fill, but I'm hoping I'm going to be really pleasantly surprised with these funky grid shapes. The cell shapes, I should say. Natural treatment for insect bites. I did not know that about aloe. I thought it was pretty much for sunburns. But okay, I'll use it if I ever get bitten by a bug, which I never do. Ill will, maybe enmity, if that E is right. Easy there, Fido. Down boy? Down boy. Interdict, to ban. That's a nice way of saying ban. Oh, hang on. Spanish city on the Costa del Sol. I think this is Malaga. Like the Rockefellers, Roosevelts, and Rothschilds. And the Rothschilds, it's a German family. Probably going to be old money. Again, we got to check it, though. I just don't know. Attacked imaginary enemies in an idiom. All I can think of is Don Quixote. I do have an end, you know, where he tilted at the windmills. Annoy over time. Could be wear on. Is this an E? Big name and bubbly? Yes, Moet. So yeah, I think annoys over time. Maybe that is wear at. And I think this is windmills. I just don't know what's going to... here, do I have to put tilt here, in Erebus, and at here? I don't know. Excites. L'chaim. Well, that's literally Hebrew for to life. Speaking of, I just wish that to Mr. Shorts. Again, l'chaim. Okay, so... and checking ourselves, because really I don't feel too comfortable with any of this just yet. Corral. So maybe it's a pen. So maybe it's not wear at. Maybe it could be wear on. If it's even wear at all, honestly, I don't even know what a high altitude balloon might be mistaken for. I can't say this before. I mean, when are we going to start using the official new term of the unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP? Why are we still using this old-fashioned stuff? Polite address, sir. So, excites could be amps up, I guess. So, it looks like, because Don Quixote tilted at wind... oh. Okay, I am going to love this grid. If I'm right, what I think I'm seeing is I'm seeing tilted cells. So, tilting at windmills. Yes. Oh, gosh. You know, for all of you fellow English majors, this is the stuff we live for, right? I mean, really, this is great. When does Don Quixote ever come up outside of junior year literature class, right? Never. Ever. Why? What do you even need me for? Why am I here? Why am I here? Okay, and so 1 for the set. 1, 2, 3. That would be the minimum, I'm assuming. National spirit of England definitely would be the gin. Let's go down and finish the southwest corner. Kid's toy that comes in a can. Okay, Play-Doh. Vaccine shot, perhaps this is a dose. Made money dishonestly. Is this an S? Member of the fam, could be a cis. So what do we got here? Peer group, eyes, peer group. That's classic. That's wonderful. Oh, that's good. What Comic Sans is sans, and we're talking about the font, the typeface. It's a sans serif, which is French for without feet. Letters on some lotion bottles. I'm assuming SPF. So I think this is, because we have lines in these cells. Made money dishonestly. So lined one's pockets. Well, we don't know. Wouldn't it be awful if I was wrong after you said good job, sweetheart? I think this show commemorating well, it's 50th season in 2024. That's right, I was 2 years old when SNL took off. Don't remember the first episode at all. Crane lookalike is a heron. My hunter friends would call that the ribeye of the sky. Nail holder, you think a toe? Famous 50s flop, again, we got this again. We're dealing with Edsels a lot. Noted facial feature of Einstein informally. It's kind of funny. I think this is a stash. Shotzi brought home some artwork that I did way back in my late teens, and I did a hand sketch of Albert Einstein for a university poster of some sort I was asked to do. Like home devices with advanced capabilities, maybe smart. So really put off, maybe irked. Long way there, a limo. That's good too. I really like that. Au contraire. Well, I guess it's going to be it isn't, but I think au contraire would be better served with an it is not. So I'm going to go with isn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it hasn't lost itself just yet. Trumpet. We tout. Gosh, I don't know what it is. Let's see. Paperless means of entry. Blank mess English dessert. I think they always throw this word in there. But don't let that fool you. English dessert, sure. You can go to England right now and go to any cafe, any tea place, and order an eaten mess. But it's just they're always going to find a way to put that four-letter word in every. It seems like every 10th grid you're going to have eaten. Debtors, letters. So I think we do have tout here. High-fat diet? No, we don't. That's not going to be it. It's going to be something else. That right there is keto, high-fat diet. I know. I've been on one now for about 7 years, it seems. Fannies, keisters. Clever. I love it. So I guess trumpet could be to tout. I put a tout in it. Like, I was thinking of like the yeah, like you stretch like a drum skin over the top, but it's also to kind of like you're spreading, you're stretching the word, getting it out. Oh, I know you were paying attention. You're always on top of me. Dinner with minimal cleanup. Okay, let's try to get something going here. I want to finish 36 across. Etna alternative, starting with an H, maybe Humana. And so, with that said, Singer DeFranco, we're going to go with Annie. Where overflow stock might be kept. Is this an N? Loud, in a way. I guess it could be neon. I really don't know. I want to just say in back, because I want to have something here. Just check myself and see if anything right here comes to mind. Dinner with minimal cleanup. We've got an M blank AL, so I'm going to go with an E there. So maybe a paperless means of entry would be an e-ticket. Scarecrow topper, perhaps. I don't really have enough. I'm thinking maybe it's a straw hat. Straw hat, yeah. I mean, I don't know, though. Result of a bad investment. Maybe loss, debt. Moonlander acronym. I think that is the lunar... is it the access module or the lunar entry model? I can't remember. Like the Secretary of Commerce in the U.S. presidential line of succession, and I think that's a LEM, so the lunar entry module, and then so therefore we are talking 10th. I actually used to have these memorized because I went to the kind of undergrad university that made you know this crap. I basically had to memorize like the Constitution up to the 10th Amendment. Like I had to know all the Bill of Rights, by heart. I mean, it was ridiculous. But what a good education that was. So I'm going to go with loss here for a result of a bad investment. And Looney Tunes nickname Taz. We were just talking about him yesterday. And look, so we've got waved. It's like waved to the camera. The problem is that everything else that we've got is adjectival, right? So lined versus, like the verb. But then, I mean, these are verb phrases, right? But it seems like that would these lines would be wavy. Whereas lines one's pocket, tilts at windmills, wavy to the camera. I think it's just supposed to be waved, but it doesn't really say past. I'm just picking on the grammar, I guess. I'm just being a douchebag. That's right. Well, I need to finish mine, don't I? Dinner with a minimal cleanup. How about a one-pot meal? So yeah, I think we got straw hat now. So bang, 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 ding, 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 winner, winner. Enjoyed some cozy reading. So these look like little curls. Yep, curled up with a book. Well, that was just super clever. I loved it. 3-body problem author, and that would be Lou Cin-Cin. And let's see, horse-drawn carriage. I think that's a shay. And I think this would be pay into for a 401k. Equine hybrid with striped legs, and that's the Z-Donk. Is this a Z? Hollywood with the, so the biz, okay. Well, that makes sense. I think we got Z-Donk here, which is kind of goofy. It's a goofy portmanteau, but it is what it is. Loud in a way. Hey, I should have put in neon when I just suggested that's what it could be. Ditto. I am too. Me too. Unit. Or maybe I do too, because equivalent unit to 16.5 feet is a rod. So, oops. So I do too, maybe 2 words. Okay, 2 words. I like that too. That's an ode. That's the poem. So I mean, and how do we do, Bob? Hey, hats off to this thing. I mean, what a fantastic puzzle and what a great concept. I guess the only issue I have would be, wavy to the camera, but otherwise, no, everything really fit in beautifully. Z-Donk was kind of funny, and I loved the peer group being your eyes. Of course, if I was missing an eye, I might not find it so amusing, but what the heck, can't please them all. On the whole, just a fantastic grid. I mean, this was a really great grid. I mean, to the constructor, I can't remember your name now, I'm embarrassed to say, but Joe Deemer or something? Joe Dini? To you, young man. Congratulations. This is a fantastic grid. Well done. This is a great Thursday. I mean, I'm seriously all day long just sitting thinking, I'm going to get home. It's just going to be hot. It's going to be a long day. I'm waiting to get in my shower, and the puzzle's going to just... Nope. Yesterday was great. Today's even better. I can only imagine what Friday and Saturday have to pack in store for us tomorrow and the next day and so on. So with that, let's go ahead and get you out of here. And in a celebratory way, of course. And we'll go ahead and bring down our see you slide, because that's always fun to make the little bell ring. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for the likes and subscribes. Appreciate that more than you could possibly know. And until we see you morgen, wir wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Tag, auch einen Abend. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. See you later. Be well out there and be good to one another, please.